In order to summarize meiosis, we started with a mitotic cell or a somatic cell known as a spermatogonia or an oogonia, and it becomes committed to meiosis, becomes meiotically active, forming the primary spermatocyte or the primary oocyte, replicating its DNA, doubling it, going from 2n to 4n, the number of chromosomes remaining the same, and undergoes the first meiotic division. And after the first meiotic division, the number of chromosomes is reduced to one half, that is 23 chromosomes, and the amount of DNA is 2n. From 4n, it has gone to 2n. Now, these cells which have undergone the first meiotic division, they are known as the secondary spermatocytes or the secondary oocytes. Now, when the secondary oocytes and the secondary spermatocytes, they undergo the second meiotic division, and each daughter cell producing two more cells. So total number of 4 cells are produced, and the number of chromosomes remain the same, that is 23, but the amount of DNA is reduced from diploid to haploid, and these are the gametes. So these are the similarities. This exactly is what is happening in both the sperms and the ovum. But the difference between the sperm and the ovum is that in the sperm, what is represented in this slide, this is exactly what happens. That one primary spermatocyte, it replicates its DNA, divides, goes through the first meiotic division, then goes through the second meiotic division, and produces 4 sperms. One primary spermatocyte undergoes 2 divisions and produces 4 sperms. But what happens in the ovum is different. In the ovum, after the first meiotic division right here, when the secondary oocyte is formed from the primary oocyte, the nucleus divides and the chromosomes go into separate daughter cells. But when the cytoplasm divides, it divides unequally. Almost all of the cytoplasm goes into this cell, and very little cytoplasm goes into this cell. So the second cell, in which you have 23 chromosomes with a diploid number, but there's very little cytoplasm around it. So this is known as the polar body, and the polar body is going to die. The important point is that this polar body is going to die. So there is one secondary oocyte, and the other secondary oocyte, which contains very little cytoplasm, is going to die. This is known as the polar body. So everything down below here, which is emanating from this second polar body, is going to disappear. You're not going to have any of this stuff. This is not going to go and divide into the second cell, and then this is going to divide into 2 more cells. Nothing. All of this disappears from this diagram. So now what we are left with is that the secondary oocyte, because we have only one secondary oocyte, and this undergoes the second meiotic division. Second meiotic division, producing again 2 cells. One is going to be the gamete, which is going to be the ovum, and it contains almost all of the cytoplasm. And when the cytoplasm divides, it again divides unequally, so that the second cell has very little cytoplasm in it. This is known as the second polar body. And the second polar body also dies. So you're left with only one ovum containing 23 chromosomes and a haploid number. So the main difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis, again I would summarize that from In spermatogenesis, one primary spermatocyte is going to produce 4 sperms, but one primary oocyte is going to produce just 1 ovum. Another difference is it is in regards to the timing of the process. In males, almost before puberty, all of the cells that are going to be the presumptive gametes are the spermatogonia, and they divide mitotically. None of them undergo meiosis. Until puberty, they are undergoing mitosis. But after puberty, almost all of them they get committed to meiosis, and they form primary spermatocytes, and they undergo this process from puberty till death, each primary spermatocyte producing 4 sperms. And this goes on till death, day and night, every time, 24 hours, 7 days a week till death. So this is spermatogenesis. But oogenesis is different. We'll discuss it in the next video.